Hey everybody, Shelma32 here. Welcome to the channel. We're here today to react to the 23rd episode of Classic Doctor Who Season 1. The story is The Keys of Marinus, and this one is entitled The Screaming Jungle. Now, I'm going to say from the get-go, I've got one ear off my headphones and a door open to this room, which I usually don't do, because I am expecting a delivery. So I'm going to try cover up in editing, but it might seem a bit weird partway through because they've given me a window of 4 hours, and it's starting from like now, so it could be any time. Just want to get that out there. Also, I'm gonna now start trying to record several episodes at a time, starting on Wednesday. I haven't got time to do it today, but because by like mid-October at the very latest we will be moving. We know where we're moving now. And like for a week or so it might be a bit difficult because I'm gonna have to like rearrange things when we get there, because I'm gonna be streaming from a sofa, so and I'm gonna have to get my stuff set up every single night, so it might be a bit awkward for a while. So once I can, I'm gonna batch record things. I am also gonna start doing that with something else. I've started recording from BritBox, not Blake 7 yet. We will be getting to that, but I've got done something a bit shorter just to fill the time, and I think you guys will quite like it. But the last episode of this was fantastic. I was confused, but it was so well done. It's like the way their behaviors changed when, I think, like when they walked in, light or the sound must put in an initial like hypnotic state to make them see what was there but not really there. And then obviously I swear there must have been some time travel, because Barbara changed and spoke to people like in like a couple of minutes, if that. Like so much happened, like that shouldn't have been able to happen, so she must have travelled back. It made me think that those items you could like retroactively say they were precursors to Captain Jack's wrist thing. My mind's not working today, I'm sorry. I can't remember what it's called. But you know what I mean, his time travel device. But that was such a good episode. Like, where they put that stuff on, but because they didn't like seal that initial like element in for her, wiped out, she saw everything for what it was, and it was really well done, because the way all the rest of them were just standing there, look at them. And I've forgotten the guy's name. If you've been here before, you know I'm terrible with names. But obviously, like, I think it was an editing thing, like several seconds were missing when he was moving on, his head changed shape because they had to like blend it together. That footage was missing or damaged or whatever it was. But he was freaky, that guy. That guy did so well and just seemed like he didn't blink at all. He creeped me out. Like, even at the end, I swear, once it was all broken, I swear he didn't blink then either. But like, Barbara was fantastic yet again. She was great. And then we met the guys. I've forgotten the guy's name. I can almost see it, but I've got names stuck in my head for some reason from the Dalek arc story. I'm sorry, I'm still trying not to say the arc. It's a habit, I'm sorry. But I've still got like Ganatus and Aladon stuck in my head for some reason this morning. I don't know why. But they're stuck in there, so I can't remember the names. But we found his daughter. She had the device. She knew it was important, which we like made to think. Memories are still in there, it can be broken. And then, what the fuck were those things? The brains with like freaking stalks. It was like Gary from SpongeBob. Without or something. It was like a brain with snail eyes. What the fuck were those? They were so weird. That was it felt like that ending of the episode was almost rushed, because I like how she did it. It was relatively simple to just destroy the stuff, but then it was like episode's done. I was like, okay. So I was expecting them to be like leading the wards. There's a D. I'm sorry again. I had this all in my head beforehand, but now my head's gone. I don't know. But I thought they were in those brain things were in charge of them, but no. But it was really cool how they did it, like a hypnotic type stuff. And how, like, destroying them broke Ian out of it and broke everybody out of it. So everybody was rioting, understandably. But I think that means that seems like there's more of that, the guy that's the father, the one with the key. Seems like more of their people are alive, so he's not on his own. Although he's seemingly dead now, which is going to be heartbreaking when his daughter finds out. But he did collapse injured. I'm assuming he's dead because there's a board right there, and they're going to have that last key, the key that's in the machine already. But they can't do anything with it because they haven't got the other ones. And the doctor and that, maybe they could just destroy the ones they got, but they'd have to destroy the other ones. I'm assuming the boards, after a certain amount of time, they'll be able to extrapolate information and work out how to do the rest of them. But, and then Susan did her usual. It seems to be the way, I believe this is another Terry Nation arc. He seems to write her like just really aloof and careless and a little bit, not quite ditzy, but, or stupid, but she's not stupid at all. But you know what I mean? She just wanders off. She did it in the first episode of this arc. Last episode, pressed her thing, gone before anybody else was ready. And now she's like in the middle of the Screaming Jungle, which is obviously, I'm assuming it's the location is the Screaming Jungle because the title led the episode, and there was this weird, really freaky sounds at the end. Yeah, I don't like how Terry Nation writes her. He just doesn't seem to know how to write her. She just does such careless, stupid things. It's like, oh, she's a child, she doesn't know what she's doing, she's going to wander off on her own. But then the Edge of Destruction arc showed how good she can be. Showed how good Carol Ann Ford can be. So, I'm assuming because we saw Susan at the end of the episode, we're not going to see the Doctor. Because I can't, apologies, my memory's terrible. I can't remember who it was that said in the comments that they did it like, I really like what they did. They would have an episode or so with a certain cast member missing so that they could have a break, which I think is an awesome idea. I think it's really cool. It's a really nice idea because then, especially you're like with William Hartnell, because obviously he's already fluffing his lines, and I don't know when health issues like really came. Like, I don't know that much because I can't remember how much was detailed in Adventure in Space and Time. But I like the idea that they give him breaks, and it works. You don't have to cram everything into one episode. Every single element and stuff like that. Like they're doing it with I'm just relating to what else I'm reacting to at the moment. They did it with Rings of Power. They don't have every character every episode. I really like it because otherwise it's just it all in. So I don't think we're going to see the Doctor in this one, but then I'm assuming the episode after we probably won't see the companions unless they catch up with him. The possibility, or it might give them a break. But I really, really liked this last episode. It was really interesting. I was confused, but in a good way. And now somebody did explain what the velvet web meant, but I couldn't explain. I couldn't understand what that meant. The title of that last episode. Somebody did explain it. I was like, oh, that's really cool. That makes sense. But I never would have guessed it on my own. And my head right now is just like, because I've been out in that and I'm in pain, so my head's not working. Not that my head works at the best of times, but hey. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode. I'm really excited to get started. But if you enjoy this reaction, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give the notification bell a tick. You'll know when the next episode goes live. Let's get going with the reaction in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The Screaming Jungle. Nice clear font. I like that. Sorry, I'm terrible with fonts. I like Terry Nation stories, but it's the way he bites Susan. Fingers crossed she's actually got... Okay.
What is it? Stay here.
Okay. It's stopped now, isn't it?
It stopped. Well, what did you see?
What's the matter?
Susan, answer me.
Give her a fucking chance to answer for don't badger her.
No, it wasn't anything like that.
Take it easy, Susan, and try and tell us what it was you heard.
Give her a chance. Let her breathe for a second. She's having an anxiety attack.
It was horrible. She'll tell us in time.
Yes, exactly. Like, they were just, like, on her straight away.
I did hear it, you know.
Yes.
She don't think anybody believes her.
Yes. It's a bit quiet.
I really wish that guy on the right would put trousers on, you know?
He must be on the
That
other
isn't...
side of this wall.
It isn't quite what he meant. What does she mean, then? They're dead people here?
Look at these creepers. Some of them are almost as thick as small trees.
What? Why did he lift that up when he could have just pushed it out of the way and then he dumped it in the woman's face, too?
We won't be long, anyway.
We'll look around. around for some branches and things in case we have to force our way through that arch.
That's a good idea, but don't do anything until we get back, eh?
All right.
Come on.
I like how Susan's looking out for Barbara. That's sweet.
Do wish Ian wouldn't treat us like Dresden China.
So do I. But he doesn't do it too much. He trusts them. But he's worried. I don't blame him, Mike.
Well, it was a sound. A noise like
Screaming.
tapping and whirring all mixed up.
It was just a really weird sound.
I've heard it before.
Where?
Just that I can't remember. I just recognize it as being something evil.
Heard it before? Where? I can't remember a sound like that before.
Do you think the key's inside, Barbara? Oh, yes, it must be.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Don't sit down. You're meant to be looking for stuff. You didn't helpful at all.
So weak you could push your way through.
Susan, move right now. Oh, fuck. He's an ivy here. Shit, Susan. Can she not feel that tickling against her legs? I would.
Must have fallen on you from the tree. No, it didn't. It's alive. Stop it, Susan. Stop it.
Oh, they really write her hysterical, don't they? Easily hysterical, but then again, with what they've been through, you can't really blame her too much, can you?
I'm sorry.
Hey, she's still in a high anxiety state from the screaming type sound, so you can't really. I'd be like that, quite frankly, actually. Although I would have noticed something tickling against my legs straight away. Yeah, don't stand. Stay together.
You go on like this.
Which you could tell she's suspicious of it. She's just trying not to worry Susan because she kept looking back at it.
You can move some of these back.
Don't do anything. They don't fucking listen, do they? Neither of them. Ian said don't do anything, and what are they doing? Then go back.
A statue at the end of the tunnel.
Don't.
An idol or something.
Don't go through.
Be careful, Barbara.
Don't go through, for fuck's sake. Ian said not to do anything.
Barbara?
Shit, where's Barbara?
Are you all right?
Barbara, fucking answer her. You know she's in a worried state. Whoa, look at that statue. That's so cool. Again, could you not listen to Ian?
Please don't go any further.
Listen to what Ian said.
Ian, thank goodness you're here.
What? Where's Barbara?
In there.
What? Barbara! What are you doing? I told you to wait until we got back.
I thought there was a way through.
Shit, what's going to happen? Is that going to grab her? Those are actual hands. Those are hands.
Microcircuit, I found it.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Those are hands. Those are actual hands sticking out. No. No, it's going to grab her.
Barbara's found the micro key. Oh, can you manage?
Yes,
Those hands are going to grab her. Those are actual human hands.
I think I've got it.
They're going to grab her, and then it's going to turn around or something, right? Oh, it is part of the statue. Mate, you go through too. Oh, be careful, Ian. Damn, I thought he got his arm stuck. But he took his fucking time.
Is there no break in the wall? Perhaps there's a hidden spring. Well, if there is, I can't find it. Oh, we must get inside.
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Oh, let's get out in the open. I can't sink in here.
What's he seen? What's he seen? Is that the key?
At least you found the micro key. Oh, I don't care about that now. Anything that matters is getting Barbara out of there. Yes, I agree. Yes, Abitha, you better take this. Keep it with the other and keep it safe.
He still weirds me out.
But perhaps things aren't as bad as they seem.
What do you mean?
Well, Barbara was wearing her travel dial, wasn't she?
Yes, none of us had taken them off.
Then as long as she wasn't injured when she was trapped, she can escape.
She's still not blinking. Neither of them are.
Yes, of course. But she may not have taken advantage of it yet.
She might not have thought of it. She's in a panic state. You're not going to think of the obvious, are you?
It's turning again.
She's not on it. And it's gone down. You can see the hands moving.
No. Well,
Can
we
you
must cover all
blink?
possibilities to the best of our abilities.
Okay, thank you.
Better go on
Thank
ahead
you.
with Susan and Altos.
She's just very wide-eyed. Altos, that's it.
Ian, what are you going to do?
After Barbara, what do you think?
If
He's
that
got to make
works
sure.
once as a trap, there's no reason why it shouldn't work again.
Exactly. But he's prepared this time.
Susan?
Can I come with you, Ian?
No, Susan. Better not.
We'll wait for you, Ian.
And I'll be your guardian, Susan.
I don't fucking trust either of them. They still not blink properly. I don't trust either of them. Ian, don't trust them.
There. I think that's safe enough.
I don't trust her. Why don't I trust her?
This isn't it.
What?
I mean, isn't it possible that there was some genuine variation in the original?
No, she would have studied it.
So this one must be an imitation.
And you've just sent it. Oh, why am I so really suspicious of that guy going off? Come on. I'm so glad that sector on the left didn't move. I would have screamed and started going like this. I like how they've used real hands there. I really did think it was somebody's hands that were just going to grab them like that, not be part of the statue. Cool looking statue. But whereas Barbara is probably wandered off. Be freaking careful, Ian. That statue's going to move. That's a person. That's not a statue, that's a person. What the fuck? Has it been petrified from it by that screaming noise? Oh.
Ian, behind you!
Oh, it's a trap. Okay. So it really is a person, but it's seen as a trap. Okay.
Never mind about that now. Ian, I've been so frightened. If you hadn't turned up in another half an hour, I was going to turn the travel dial.
I'm glad you didn't. That micro key you found.
It was fake.
It was a fake.
What?
Yeah.
It's meant to draw people in. It's a trap.
Oh?
This whole place is one big booby trap.
Oh, because she's done so much in that short amount of time. Again.
Part of the wall crashed down just where I've been standing.
Well, we take it very slowly.
This should be fun. And just the two of them being the focus. This is going to be awesome.
No. Into the building, I suppose.
Well, that's a likely place to hide a key. Come on.
You know, these vines are everywhere.
And all over Susan.
Seems to be trying to get in.
You can hear it creaking too.
Get out of here.
So the plants are alive. Did you really think it was going to be that easy to get in?
I wish I could.
I saw some iron bars in an alcove down there.
Be fucking careful picking them up. Don't leave her on her own. What's going to happen? I don't like that music. Vines. That's it. I knew something was going to happen. The vines are going to come in. Hopefully she'll believe Susan now. Whoa. Who the hell's that? Somebody on the inside? Who the frick is that? Or is this where the other Susan and the other two are going to appear? And of course she's going to go in by herself and not wait for Ian. Call for Ian.
Ian?
Thank you.
Ian?
I'll be right with you.
Of course you don't fucking wait. Nobody waits for anyone. Another fucking booby trap. Did she not think? Come on, Barbara, you're better than that. Well, shit. Hang on, rumbling. Is that's coming towards her. Hurry up, Ian, leave it. Another fucking booby trap. Holy fuck. What's going to happen?
Help me, Ian! Help me!
Oh, come on. Try a bit more to get out of that. She can try a bit more, can't she? That ain't working, Ian. That guy stood right there. Can she not try a bit more to get out of that? The guy stopped it. So, hang on a minute. Here we go. Is it a trap for the boards? Maybe, and this is another keeper of the key.
I can't talk to you like this. Let me go.
Are you a Vord? You do not resemble their race.
Oh, so the boards aren't like them. Huh.
No, it's true. He was alone on the island. He couldn't send anyone else.
How can you prove it?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, you can get out of that. You got your hand out of there. Thank you.
And if it is set correctly with a proper journey program, I shall know that you speak the truth.
This is fair enough. He's got to make sure.
Could set your complete journey.
That's understandable, understandable.
What have you done with Ian?
Get out of there. No. Is the other door closed? Did she get back out to Ian? Well, that suddenly went, didn't it?
Help me! Oh, help me! Help me!
Go help him!
In there.
What?
In here.
Help me! Help! Help me!
Now does she believe Susan about the vines?
It's coming again. The jungle is coming. When the whispering starts, it's death, I tell you. Death.
But why does Susan know the sound? I like how they're looking after him. That really is not a great way to block up your windows.
I wish there was something I could do. I feel so helpless.
You're giving him a bit...
Long to live, have I?
You gave him a bit of hope that something good can happen, that somebody can protect it.
D E 3 O 2.
D3...
What do you mean? I don't understand.
That's a code!
Quickly, the darkness, the whispering will start.
Oh no. But at least he died knowing that there's two people gonna help get the keys away from whatever the hell's happened with the forest.
The numbers and the letters mean.
The code.
Could
Like
be
a
combination
keypad
to a
code.
safe.
Yeah, something like that, I was thinking. Just be careful. Boy, look at all the plants. Is he experimenting on them? Like, I'm wondering what the hell's going on with the jungle.
D E 1 2 3 O 1 2.
Or 3 is like C and 2 is B. Maybe.
Try again. D
Maybe? Or maybe it's not that at all.
3 O 1 2.
No. Try
No, it doesn't work.
the letters.
I should think the obvious hiding place is the least likely.
Very true.
Then if we haven't found it, it must be in here.
I'll start over here.
What the hell's that? Why did it focus on that?
I'm hoping to find a lead in here. It's a diary of his experiments.
Oh, what was he working on?
Biology seems to have been his field as far as I can make out.
Oh, he created the forest that got out of hand.
It may take 1,000 years to produce any sign of wear.
Yeah.
Very original.
It is if you could speed up everything.
That's what's happening with the jungle. That's what happened with the vine. He did that and it got out of hand.
He ends up by saying, the growth accelerator has changed nature's tempo of destruction entirely.
Yes, well, that may all be very fascinating.
Put it together for fuck's sake.
We look through this one.
No.
There's a screaming. Can you not hear that? Yep, there you go. That's not a whispering at all.
I don't know. Sounds like whisper.
There's no whispering in the slightest.
He said it would begin when darkness came. This must be what Susan heard.
But what's causing it? Shh.
The jungle. I don't hear her.
It's like someone trying to get in.
How did she get that?
But it couldn't, Ian. It couldn't.
You read his fucking notes, didn't you? Oh, fuck that shit.
Now the whole process has been accelerated.
You mean the jungle is attacking us?
Yes.
Whoa. It's got to be the safe. It's a C and a B, isn't it? Come on, find something. Don't just wander around, look! That really wasn't that tight on you, love. She placed that down herself.
Look, Barbara.
There's the code.
It's a chemical formula.
Oh!
302. The microkey's in one of these jars. Come on, quickly.
Nice. Come on, quick before it gets it. Oh, that's not what I would have guessed. Aha, right there. Right fucking there. Thank you. I can see it from here.
Ian! The key!
Get out of there now. Move.
Barbara, you found it.
Run.
Now. Now.
What the fuck?
It must be far below zero.
And that's in Celsius.
We must move.
Oh, music's creepy.
Barbara, you've got to. We must move.
Where's Susan and
Shelter, we don't stand a chance.
the others? That's the Snows of Terror. Whoa, okay. I really enjoyed that when you can tell it's part of an ongoing story because it didn't feel like a individual episode. The way that ended then, it felt like it was going to continue. I didn't realise that was going to be the end. I just thought it was continuing on. It felt like the Snows of Terror would have been the second half of the episode, maybe. Or we would have seen them trying to get out or something. But I never would have guessed it was a freaking chemical code, but I should have, considering the guy was obviously experimenting on plants, and that's what was... I like the fact that he was the one that created it. Like I commented earlier on about, like, poison ivy and stuff like that, but... Oh... I'm still not sure on how Terry Nation writes Susan. Barbara was better, but she was still wandered off, not listening to what Ian said, which was common sense. You all go in on your own, so if somebody gets stuck, another person can save you. You don't fucking do it on your own. Especially with what they've been through already on this planet. You should know, stick together. Don't do something on your own. Oh, especially if he comes in there, they're not there. He'd be like, what the fuck just happened? Where the hell did they go? He might not have seen that entrance. I don't trust the two that went with Susan. Now, is she are they going on to where the Doctor is? So then the next episode is going to be the Doctor and Susan and them two. Oh, I've got to go. Hang on, guys. Well, at least I got through the reaction before the delivery came, and now I don't have to worry about it. But, what was I saying? Sorry, this is a bit all over the place, this one today, but yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Again, it did seem like it was a longer episode and that it was just continuing on, flowing into the next one. There was no... Yes, okay, they're in the snow, but it just felt like there was no end. Like that really did... With the other ones, so far in the series... It's carried on, and then it's done like the little teaser for the next episode, but it still felt like it was a cliffhanger end of an actual episode and end. This one really did seem like it was one episode and then the start of another one. It didn't... For me, it didn't flow as well. It was still good, but it didn't flow into the next bit as well as the rest of them. But I'm intrigued. I wonder where Susan and the other two are, or have they gone on to where the Doctor is? Or are they all now together, maybe? Are they all now together, actually? Or is the Doctor... No, the Doctor went on to the last one, but it wasn't it? I can't remember. But it's, it was all right. Like, I never would have guessed. I'm annoyed by how, like... Susan just... Okay, I guess Susan was, like, in a high anxiety state. You're going to get easily flustered. I know I am when I have my anxiety attacks, because I have them quite frequently. You get easily flustered by everything else, easily emotional, stuff like that. So I guess in this one, it could be excused because she was obviously very anxious. She couldn't get her words out. And so Carol Ann Ford did really well in portraying that anxiety because it's like she was like you could tell she was trying to speak, but it just wasn't coming out. And I know that feeling well. So that was done well, but I'm still not keen on how Terry Nation writes her. But it was, I guess it was better in that regards because I shouldn't have to think like, okay, that's why he did that, because she still like overall seems easily emotional, but then it made sense in this one. But again, he didn't... I get Barbara's like comment about like Ian and like China dolls or whatever it was, but I don't feel like he usually does. Especially with Barbara. He's protective of Susan, but Barbara, he kind of like trusts to do stuff like that, or that's the impression I get. So he said, I don't know, that comment seems a little bit weird. Like, I don't think he does treat him like that. He might be protective of Susan because she's still a child. He's her teacher, and he's like got a protective like feel toward her. He wants to protect her, make sure she's okay, which is understandable. She's a child. But I don't feel like he's like really like that with Susan, because he knows Barbara. That's put me off even more now, that delivery. But I don't feel like he feels like that towards Barbara, because he knows she's capable. Like, he was been convincing the Doctor she's capable of what she's doing. So that comment seemed a bit weird. I did enjoy this episode, but I think so far out this story, it's the third episode of this one, isn't it? Yeah, I think. My memory's really not working today. But I think out of the one so far, it's my least favourite of this story. Simply for those little bits where it just seemed like that's not how it is. I'm gesturing on my hands, but they're under the table. But yeah, that seemed a bit weird for Ian, and just like, yeah. But I'm intrigued by it. I still enjoyed it. I never would have guessed it was a chemical formula. Then again, I got a D in my science GCSE, so it's not really saying much. I wasn't good at science. My brain just didn't work. I didn't remember much, and I just wasn't good at it. But yeah, I'm surprised. Well, actually, no, I'm not, because considering in the situation, you're kind of like not thinking of that stuff like that. You're thinking of you see it safe. You're thinking, right, it's going to be that. But then, like, the fact they didn't connect, like, it with the fact the guy's a scientist. But the way he said it, I guess it disjointed it. It didn't like go that. And I guess unless you're seeing it written down with like the smaller numbers and things like that, I guess it didn't work. But they're very distrusting of what Susan says. They didn't believe her. Like, although Barbara did look back at the vine like she was a bit wary of it. But again, I thought she would have connected what was like being written in the book and what the old man was saying with what Susan said that happened. And with the screaming, it wasn't whispers. I'm sorry, but that was not whispering. It did not sound like the noises, the screams they were making did not sound like they were trying to get in. And it's like literally the title of the episode was The Screaming Jungle. Not whispering jungle, screaming. That made no sense. But overall, it serves its purpose in getting to the next one. It was fun. We saw the characters. I like little like booby trap type stuff, treasure hunting, like looking for stuff. I like stuff like that. Kind of felt like an escape room, you know, where you got to sort of find a certain thing. I think I've never done one, but what I've seen people do. But yeah, it was interesting. I'm looking forward to the Snows of Kara. I'm hopefully going to be reacting to that on Wednesday. I'm reacting to this Monday morning of when I'm going to hopefully release it. I'm going to get it done. I will. I'm enjoying my premieres with you guys. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully do Snows of Terror on Wednesday. Hopefully another one as well. Get a few recorded. Because Fridays are going to be completely taken up by Rings of Power. So I struggle with long episodes. I really struggling with long episodes. Like the length of these are just perfect for my head at the moment. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to edit. Because I got to kind of cut out the fact that I went for delivery. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's definitely not my favourite. It's probably my least favourite of the story. But it was alright. It was still enjoyable. Kind of trying to be honest. I want to be positive about it, but I also want to be honest, you know? But yeah, it was still interesting. Actually, I think I'm trying to remember out the other ones. Like again, I'm saying it's still enjoyable. It's probably one of my least favorite ones so far. But that's because almost all the other ones have been. Actually, all the other ones have been great. First episode was a bit slower, but it was a setup one, and it was intentionally slower, and not as much was done. But I think that one was like toward like that level. I love the caveman stuff. I personally love that one. But I think the first episode was a setup one, so it was good in that regard. But because of what I like, I think this one and that are like the lower end, because everything else has been so good. If everything else hadn't been as good as it is, this would be higher up. But it might, I think once I've watched the whole arc, I might enjoy it more, you know? And if I like watch the whole arc in one sitting, it might make more sense to me, you know? It might be more enjoyable. Like, sometimes, like, you're, like, we're watching something, it's like, that makes sense, and then you watch the next episode of something, and you're like, oh my god, how did I not realise? Or, now that bit makes sense, and things like that. Because sometimes it's like, you watch something else, and then you get an appreciation for what you've watched before. Hopefully that's going to be disregarded. If it's not, that's fair enough. Like, not everybody's going to like every single episode of everything, you know? Like, there's episodes of Modern Who that I know, or elements of Modern Who that I know I like, not everybody else does. You can't please everyone with everything. But anyway, it's been fun. I'd love to know what you guys think of this episode as well. Did you enjoy it more than I did? Again, I did enjoy it, but not my favourite. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Little facts, little bits like that. Do you agree that Terry Nation doesn't seem to write Susan that well? He just doesn't seem to know how to write her properly. Or Edge of Destruction was the first one especially was a fantastic Susan episode. Showed what Caroline Ford can do. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Obviously, no spoilers for the next part of the arc. Sorry, I'm sorry, it's habit. I'm trying my best to say sorry, but my head always defaults and it's difficult to switch over. So I do apologise. It's just the way my brain works. Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. If you've enjoyed the reaction, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Give the notification bell a tick. You know when the next episode goes live. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you again very soon. Bye.